and everybody's. How come everything that goes viral is always naughtiness? Anyway, that's another matter for another day. So 2021 was done virtual because of COVID and its attendant issues. 2022, well, there's still COVID, but it seems we've, tapered it off a bit.
It's being managed.
Yes, so we're back here. Quite a lot of companies, oil companies, banks, insurance companies, people involved generally in the oil and gas sector. And so I'm the chief talkative person for it. That's all. So that's what has brought me to Takoradi.
Well,
that's the primary reason why I'm here.
You're in Takoradi.
Yes. There are other reasons, but that's the primary one.
If you just tuned in, I was speaking to Kwami Sefa-Kayi, the host of Kokoroko Morning Show on Peace 102.
104.3, not 102.7.
I'm used to mentioning this frequency.
I know how it feels like.
I remember when Peace FM came, the Tiku, Akoda Okwenye.
Yeah.
Miko Peace.
But
Kwame, tomorrow, Ghana Black Stars, at the World Cup, you're playing. What are your expectations?
Okay, so I am a Ghanaian, and then I'm a realist. Realistically, we can't win against Portugal. Realistically. Don't look so disappointed. I said I'm a Ghanaian,
okay,
but then I'm a realist. Realistically, we can't win against Portugal.
Why?
But come on, they have a better team. Bottom line. Ronaldo. Now let's move beyond that. I don't want to waste time. Ronaldo is obviously in the evening of his life as a footballer. So, but he still has some skills, you know. As they say, Obonsama why den kran. Obonsama na hon aba from kran. Something like that.
There's a saying like
so even though we know that he's towards the end of his career, he still has some very good skill and all of that. So realistically, on paper, we cannot beat Portugal. On paper. But I'm a Ghanaian, so I'm optimistic.
So when it turns out that Ghana wins...
Well, you haven't let me finish.
Okay.
So we've done the realistic part. Now I'm a Ghanaian. In my heart, I want magic to happen. I want us to win against Portugal. And I'm strengthened by the fact that if Japan can beat Germany, it doesn't make sense. So you see, realistically, there was no way Japan could beat Germany 2-1. Realistically, there was no way Saudi Arabia could beat Argentina 2-1, especially when they came from 1 goal down. So that is realistically, there was no way it could happen. But football, as they say, follows no formula. And so now let me wear my Ghanaian hat. I want us to win 3-1 against Portugal.
That's your prediction?
It's not my prediction, it's my prayer. Regardless of Ronaldo and the fact that Portugal is a bigger football country than Ghana is, I want us to win against Portugal. I think it would excite, it will bring a certain freshness of patriotism into our system, and it will generally make people feel lightheaded. Because Charlie Kruma is sure. So if we can have something that would collectively give us a certain, I don't want to use that word, but if it gives us a certain general happiness, let me put it that way, I'm sure it will be good for the psyche of the nation. So yes, realistically, we're going uphill. But looking at the trend and looking at the fact that I'm a Ghanaian, I want that uphill to be Portugal rather going uphill and we smiling downhill. So let's see how it goes.
Chairman General.
Yes, sir.
I've known you from Radio Gold.
Yeah, back in the day.
Peace FM, and with what you do. Kwame, would you say that radio has paid off?
Well, I think that I have fulfillment. I don't think that I have everything that I want to be or I want to have. But if I look at my days from GBC, when I was a guest artist, from age 23, and all the way through Radio Gold to Peace FM, obviously I'm not who I was. I am older. I pray I'm wiser. More mature, I believe. More experienced, I believe. Much more comfortable than where I began. And so if you want to look at it materially, Yes, it's paid off. If you want to look at it professionally, yes, it's paid off. And as I said, I feel fulfilled and I'm grateful, very thankful. Not everybody I started with probably will say the same things today about
Some
themselves.
say media doesn't pay. What would you tell them?
Does it pay? That's the question.
Yes. Does it pay to you? Does it pay?
To each his own. I will not be in a position to speak for everybody, because then I'll be hypocritical. There are people who work for peanuts in the media space. There are others who work and make more than the average person does. It would be hypocritical of me to sit here and say it pays or it doesn't pay. If I say it pays, somebody who is working for peanuts will be like, yeah, right. If I say it doesn't pay, somebody who's seen me over the last 20 years will say, yeah, right. So, truth be told, let me respectfully say to each his own. Who feels it knows it. And there is nobody who's ever satisfied with what they get at the end of the month.
Yeah.
I am sure that if I paid you $1 million, you would leave Empire. But is the same $1 million will mean that your lifestyle, your expenses would go up. But somebody who's earning 10,000 would say, ooh, I want feeling daddy's money. But don't forget that the higher you go, even though they say the cooler it becomes, the heat is up there, the expectations are bigger. And so it doesn't lie in my mouth to say that it pays or it doesn't pay. Because if I say it pays, I'll be using my story.
Yeah.
If I say it doesn't pay, whose story am I using? I'll not be fair to that person. To each his own.
Empire 102.7 FM. Kwame just mentioned that this is one of his favorite songs. One of the favorite of Kwami Sefa-Kayi.
Yes,
but Kwami,
indeed.
do you know how to sing the songs?
Bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces.
But you know, sometimes when you're playing and one hour,
I hum along. Charlie, my voice then for singing. Every man should know his limitations and capabilities. Meaning, baby, I'm a honey.
Yeah.
Make a sad Actually, I can't sing to save my own life. But at the end of the day, I'll sing because I'm inspired or I love the song.
Yeah.
Intimate. Daniel business. As I say, I'm making a joyful noise unto the Lord.
Yeah.
It's between me and my God. It's not about you. So,
Kwami Sefa-Kayi live on Empire 102.7 FM. But Kwami, let me ask you, on should I say 17th on 7th of January 7th, 2017,
Yeah.
when His Excellency was giving his inaugural speech.
Okay.
He mentioned you in the speech. He appreciated you, thank you and everything. How did you feel? For a president to mention it.
It wasn't actually the inaugural speech. It was his acceptance speech.
Acceptance speech.
I think that must have been the 10th of December or so.
Okay.
In his residence.
All right, at his residence. Yes. I apologize for that. Yes.
He mentioned quite a number of people.
Yes.
And he mentioned some people in the media and mentioned me as well.
Yes.
How did I feel? Mixed emotions. Mixed emotions because, I mean, if a president-elect acknowledges you, it's a good feeling. I mean, nobody should be hypocritical about it. If a president-elect in his very first...
So that was 10th December.
I think it was 10th December 2016.
Yes.
Yeah. If a president-elect of any country, if you're a journalist or a doctor, or a lawyer, or a teacher, an accountant, whatever job you do in your country, if the president-elect of that country in his very first public speech mentions your name to acknowledge your work, it's a good feeling. I mean, I would not be hypocritical about it. It's a good feeling. So the mixed emotions now, the mixed feelings is that now, inadvertently now he puts pressure on you. Because then everybody is like, hey, what did you do for him? If we're looking for him, we're going to come to you. And so you're cast in a certain light, and it could be plus, it could be minus. But it's life. If you enjoy the pluses, you might as well roll with the minuses. That's what it is. But yes, it was a good feeling, except that it was mixed feelings too as well.
What's your relationship with His Excellency?
As far as I'm concerned, I can't call him my friend. I think I would... He's a senior person. He's a senior acquaintance of mine. Sebi onyama downful. So he's somebody I've known for years, and so I'd put it respectfully as a senior acquaintance of mine. And I'm sure that is what it is. I'm acquainted, yes, but I don't think that I qualify to be his close friend or I don't think so.
From where you sit, how would you assess his reign?
Good, bad, ugly. He's had his good moments, he's had his bad moments, he's had his ugly moments. Right now, I don't think that if I was in his shoes, I would feel that I'm having a good time. No, I would not. So he's had his good moments, bad moments, he's had his ugly moments. And I think as we speak now, this period is one of his very down moments. I mean, it's obvious for everybody to see. It's not what I will say. I mean, it is there. Everybody sees it. So that's how I also see it.
Would you support the call for the finance minister to resign?
It doesn't lie in my mouth. Why should I be the one supporting or not supporting a call? There are better people there. The people in parliament, his own party people say he should step aside. Others have called for him to step aside. It is entirely up to him and the appointing authority. It doesn't lie in my mouth. The president appointed him. He says he's happy with his work. The finance minister himself went to parliament and the vote of censure. You saw his performance. And so, as to whether he'll resign or he'll be fired, it doesn't lie in my mouth at all.
But Kwame, your people, the Elvis, the Votarians, at the point they felt betrayed that there was this chief from Aflawo, Toby Ajonu Gaga. I mean, when he demanded that the government expedite actions on to open the E-blocks, I think that on your show, His Excellency said that if what was his comment? And people are saying that Anka Okas and at least you are a Votarian and Kebia Obekan Bibia from by so serious and I said they felt betrayed.
You know, I tell you this, and I hope it's not misconstrued. I don't like tribal sentiments. It is dangerous. And for those of us who sit on radio, television, who shape public opinion, we should not do things because of tribal sentiments. It is very dangerous. So, because I am Voltairean and somebody makes a comment, the person is the president of the republic, I should take him on? Really? So what if it was an Akan chief or a chief from the northern part of Ghana? Let's look at things beyond tribe. Let us stop fanning tribalism. It is a very, very dangerous thing. And so this is the first time I'm commenting on it because you're asking me.
Yes, sir.
But I don't comment on such things because it is a dangerous precedent we're setting. Where do you come from?
Eastern region, Akwamu.
Did I know?
No.
I've known you for how many years?
So many years.
Do I care where you come from?
No.
As far as I'm concerned, you're a Ghanaian.
Yes.
You're doing your job, same industry I am.
Yes.
Who owns Empire?
EIB.
The owner of EIB, where does he come from? Do you care?
Yeah.
When you meet a woman that you like, the first question you ask her is, Uyehini. Is that what you ask?
There be and later.
Thank you. When you meet a guy and you are having a good time, do you ask him where he's from?
No.
Why have we reduced everything or some things to where Pepini, where Ibeni, where Kani, where Fantini? What nonsense is that? You see, what we are doing, if we continue to fund that thing, is that we're sowing a seed. If we're not careful, one day it will grow into a tree that we cannot cut. Sometimes people think Rwanda started in 1995. It did not. Go and read the history of how it started, all the way, the divisions between the Hutus and the Tutsis, and eventually the shooting down of the plane of President Habyarimana and the rest of them. There were festering undercurrents. And so when the explosion happened, it was easy to point to Hutu or Tutsi, because Omake Kam and Ashenko Futrim.
Yeah.
Say we free her, we free her, we say, we say. Who did it?
Pa.
Otoy.
Let me talk market circle.
Otoa, Mamma no head you are no free.
Umuto e nodna.
Ofia Kwamu.
There be ofia ko.
Ah, Ofi Ukrum.
There be ofia ko.
In Sweden, Ediane Pa.
Yeah, pa.
Elder Pa.
Pa.
And so yet here beside who say we free, hina we free. Inti some community, honestly, we should not encourage it, especially for those of us who have microphones.
Yes.
We should not encourage it.
No, but I'm sure
Criticize
there is something that has come to your attention.
Of course.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
That is why I asked
Criticize
you.
me for my professionalism.
Yeah.
But don't attempt to bring tribal sentiments into it, because I will not respond.
Yeah.
It is needless. Tell me that Ejumana Awayeno said be 1 year for A, B, C, D. But then can't Jeremy say a son is a free henty. No.
Kwame, what's your relationship with the NDC now?
When you say the NDC, what do you mean?
The National Democratic.
I know what you mean.
At the point, I mean,
you see,
they boycotted.
But they still have.
Yes.
I have loads of friends in the NDC.
Yeah.
And loads of people who don't like me from the NDC quarters. But what can I do? I think that I've done what should be done. My media organization has done what it should do. We've extended an olive branch several times. The last time General Mosquito Johnson and Siri Nketia was on my show, he wasn't planned or built to be there, but he came by, said hello, he sat down, said a few things, and he left. What else can one do?
Yeah.
Say, also name one talk. Me see feeling that the Jemu Menka. Ma call Mami ho, ma call Yere ho, ma call boss ho, ma bawa wenim, still as home penny. Minye dem you.
Then our muhientia still are or muntimo undecided some box.
Miss so when you meet him, so we share man will be so. No, because that is what it is.
Yeah.
If I have an issue with you,
Yeah.
and I approach you personally, you refuse. I go to your pastor, or your imam, your ebusiapeni, your wife, your mother, still our son penia.
From what you see now, who say they are just being difficult to come on you.
And Yamina Mekai. Your words,
girlfriends, then they say,
my girlfriend. There be example in your media. Miss so, me girlfriend inside chica Simbia. Make her so for me, imam. Make her oma me we make her boss. There be any feeling that you own our come.
So, I mean, you're a board member of National Petroleum Authority.
Yes, I am.
How did this come about?
I was appointed by the president. The president has his list of appointees. A list is sent to him. I'm sure he goes through all the paces: National Security, Council of State, whatever. And if they think that you're worthy, they recommend. If they think you're not, I'm sure they don't recommend. And so that is how it came about. And so I am a board member, yes. I've been a board member since August last year.
But Kwame, I know when you were appointed, people spoke, should I use the word against it?
Yeah,
that, as a media.
Some said yes, some said no.
But for you, you don't think that as a host of a show like Kokoko, if you're appointed as a board member of such an organization, your sense of neutrality.
You've listened to me. You've listened to me since August last year. Have I changed? I'm asking you. Have I changed?
No,
okay.
Yes.
So, at the end of the day, you ask yourself a few questions. Journalists are. It is okay for a journalist to ask all the hard questions. It is okay for a journalist to do all the research into various areas, but it's not okay for a journalist to serve his country by sitting on the board simply because it is a political appointment. So what? What do we do?
Okay, so Kwame, from where you sit, like you said, you are very neutral on your show, professionalism and everything. But if you compare yourself to,
I think neutrality, I'd rather say I'm fair.
Okay.
You know, I take inspiration from Bishop Desmond Tutu, something that's attributed to him. He says, when an elephant and a mouse are in a fight, and you say you're neutral, as far as the mouse is concerned, you're on the side of the elephant. Osno near Kurenya Ntokwa. Now you know so you're neutral. Because they're a mismatch from the get-go. So I think I prefer to describe myself as fair than neutral. You're going to ask something.
So I was going to ask, you were a board member, like you said. You are very fair on your show.
I try to be very fair.
We have another media, person who on his show, he has shown, who is also a board chair. I'm talking about Paul.
Oh, Paul Ademochi.
Yeah, Paul Ademochi, who has shown, ono there, or you see. So, I don't know to me yet to be a fan say, Sana Casa we fair. I don't know to me Casa we fair, even though you're a board chair of an organization, but or in the Juma professionally.
To each his own. Mean to me, Kasama Paul. I don't speak for Paul.
Yeah.
And so, and Min Kase, he's right or he's wrong. He's doing what he feels he should do. And don't forget that there are also media people who are anti-government and who sit on radio and television and are free to say so.
Yeah. Mugabe.
So, you know, the most important thing is tolerance. Me a house fan. Who the second to me minimum me a house? Obi a kotoko. Who the second to me minimum? Why a kotoko? But I mean, why is it that when it comes to politics, we are so intolerant? Why? What is it? So because somebody is NDC, or somebody's pro NDC, or somebody's MPP or pro MPP, into Iowa town for? Why are we so small-minded? It is just a difference in opinion. Me a Liverpool, or be a Manchester United, or be a Arsenal, or be a Chelsea. But I mean, I know I'm down for me in the cool school. Me no hang out. If says adieno. Ain't me my entamon titiman to kwamba yentemwa. Adentina so pamanyo simbi and also pamanyo kubi a memempe. And I'm pamanyo kubi ompa and nanintoka. Anena sebi in preduasa. Ye my adrian kitikitisa. Yes, in the pancasa dream, but about Shimano adrian kitikiti. It is probably why we are the way we are. So Paul has his. You mentioned Mugabe. Mugabe has his. We don't have to be enemies. Everybody is doing what they feel they're doing within the confines of the law. Ain't he? Why? I don't get it. Honestly. Maybe I'm naive. But truth be told, I don't get it. Because I'm very
No matter where you belong, you should tolerate people.
My brother, tolerance. We can't all think alike.
Empire FM.
We can't all think alike. We cannot like the same things. We cannot like the same people. We cannot like the same. We are all coming to Takoradi. Some drove. Some flew.
Some came by air.
We're all in Takoradi. It could be economic reasons why some drove. It could be convenience reasons why some flew. We're going to the same place. At the end of the day, we have different opinions of how we should get there. So let's share opinions. Let's disagree. But it should not go beyond the point of intolerance. We are so bitterly opposed when it comes to politics.
Chairman, do you get threats or insults from certain political people?
As normal. If you work in the public space, I tell you this, feeling daddy. If you work in the public space, especially if you're hosting social, economic, political programs, and you expect 100% approval rating, then you don't understand the business in which you are. So yes, you get people threatening you, get people insulting you, you get people disagreeing with you. But that's the beauty of it.
Empire.
Not everybody thinks the way you do. Not everybody likes what you do. You can't please everybody. Some people don't believe in God.
Yeah.
You know. So at the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
That is true.
And so when you have criticism, you take it in your stride. Insults, yes. Your family, your friends, people close to you will feel uncomfortable. But you're the one in the public space. You live and learn every day. And you move on.
Yeah.
Do what do what But when they, you know, what can you do?
Chairman, Empire 102.7 FM. This is Showbiz today. Today, I'm so honored to have with me the Chairman General Kwami Sefa-Kayi of Peace 104.3. We'll be back with a few more, and then we'll say goodbye to him.
Just one word is all I need. And to bet you what I turn my head. Casa do emphashema. Erade casa na manya imasu. Just one word is all I need. Your word is a yes and amen. Your words are true, you never lie. Whatever you say shall come to pass. What's every other voice, so yeah. It's an opinion, they can have it. Erade casa. Now what do you negate? Every other voice, so yeah. It's an opinion, they can have it. Eradica so casa. Now what do you? Wasem yesusu o. Onyame wasem yempa. Wasem yesusu. Onyame wasem yempa. Wasem yesusu. Onyame wasem.
1 Dinah Hamilton, one of the favorites of Kwami Sefa-Kayi, the chairman general.
Yes,
Kwami,
sir.
somebody has sent a message. Or somebody has a OMC event. What charges it?
Event being.
Or say a wedding.
You drew her very.
Every other voice.
And the cost not bear wedding in a bit to MC.
Oh, I did some in carry. Me see you drew her very. Say, a person of a family MC. Send your hand on the befa.
Right, that would be as a bedi you cook as I read another big chezo. I was able to Kwami. I was yes, Kwami MC over just say a day be 100,000.
Hey, now,
No more contract, Nana.
events from organizing crime, what do you say? Hey, a day be 100,000. In Kenya Badu, because 4 days. Come in the mo. Hey, now you man 1 week, you 400,000. Hey, now, Petroleum Commission, I got the music guy say. Now, Yama, Minkwa. But your baby, I think be a catch some more invoice because I'm the mammy damage.
And as Obiakwaji, and I bet it's
And Pacho be swaggy no artist one Pacho dear. When they come out, and 60% of the effort.
Chairman, I mean, Abrana president making appointment when he came to the tourism ministry. A month for started social media campaign about Mark is an industry person and all that.
Yeah.
How would you rate Mark's performance as the deputy minister for tourism,
You
arts
see,
and culture?
when it comes to Mark, I'm conflicted. Mark is like a brother to me. We've known each other for close to 30 years. And so I am happy he followed his dream. I am happy he is deputy minister for tourism. And I know that this has always been his passion, the arts, culture, entertainment, tourism in general. Mark has always been that kind of person. As to whether he's performing creditably or not, as I said, I'm conflicted. But the maker say, but I want those in the industry to judge him. It doesn't lie in my mouth because Mark dear, I see him at events. I hear his advocacy on radio and television.
Yeah.
I see him reported in newspapers, online, and all of that. I think generally he has carried himself very well. But as I said, I'm conflicted. And so I may be looking at it from a biased point of view.
Yeah.
Those in the industry should be the best people. But then also let me add that sometimes our expectations of people who go into government or who go into serve the public service, sometimes our expectations of them are very high. And some of the expectations are not realistic. In the process, we fault them for what really is not their fault. As they say, from afar, the picture is different. Like your show you're doing today, nobody knows the relationship you and I have.
Yeah.
So they'll probably say, hey, no kunya no.
Yeah.
So from afar, the picture is different. I mean, when I was here, how many years ago, you wanted this interview and I wasn't available.
Yeah.
Yes, but nobody knows that. You know?
Yeah.
That was what, 3 years ago or something?
Yeah.
Yes. You wanted us to do this.
Whenever
interview.
you're in town,
Yes.
I try to.
Every time I'm in Takoradi, you try to let us hook up.
Yeah.
But my schedule doesn't permit it.
Yeah.
But people don't know that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, Nini Paintu Akofana Betrano or Twatwa.
Yeah.
But so from afar, the picture is always different.
Yeah.
But Saukachi will be said it is taking about 6 years to finally drag me here. They don't believe it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes, because they be a behavior with me can be away from say. Now, now they are very more common. I'm so Charlie. Me fear me koha. Me ko second me fear me first say me shed and neck when you make share me 7.
Yeah.
But me catch you say Charlie. Yeah, exactly. Meet me but only after 7:30.
Yeah.
But we be on to say. So from afar, the picture is different.
Yeah.
Iti member bank sobo. Meka say mo why are there? But omo ni ye adwuma na nkasa no.
Yeah.
Omo na metimi a kire say oboaye ha, wamwaye ha. Eno sa na papa onjimfa. E bonus onjimfa. Because ni nya ye adwuma na bi. As I mentioned earlier, when you work in the public space and you expect 100% approval rating, then you don't understand the environment in which you work. Because then you'll be out of a penny away.
Chairman, talking about tourism, Black Stars, you almost call Qatar.
Yeah.
When pictures about out.
How
How did you feel?
Fuguno.
Fuguno.
I wonder whose idea it was, but whoever brought it.
Who beyond the return, visit Ghana.
Yeah, whoever
Ghana Tourism Authority.
Whoever, the idea in the buy, but whoever thought that idea out has done well.
Empire
Well,
FM.
Fuguno, Sabi, and yes, Rimfata Dibiomo.
Yeah.
You're my moon in Atadi.
Yeah.
You know, say, Oshakra, Independence Declaration. Sabam Kwano Chifugu. Exactly. In Penifoni Biana can be Chifugu. And a buyer, I'm say, Nipako popularizing Fugu biome, the Ledger, the Rollins, you know. So, Fugu no, are they national atadie? And for our black stars to go to the World Cup dressed that way, no, my idea. Oh, my idea, and very colorful. We share more smoke, effect.
Yeah.
And so you can identify, say, Ghana Nini, Ghana Black Stars. Oh, Masa, no, they are doing by idea. Me nyanka me dey nanka maje shine but and you imagine the Nipako this idea but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean with their sash and they looked regal,
yeah.
You know, nothing.
Yeah. And I'm going to say they won't say be visit Ghana, be beyond the return.
Yeah,
and all that.
mind.
Yeah.
So you see it comes back to the thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We free her.
Yeah.
We are coming on.
We are coming here.
We are coming passport.
David. Ghana passport.
Omo say me I betrayed the voter ID. Omo voter ID passport.
David.
What was Santi Okuta Santi for passport today?
David.
Obi Okuta passport be.
Ghana. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is about our country.
Yeah.
A young mind. Ain't he? A woman should be free. A free kobo.
Yeah.
And you see Ghana. But see, you know, you have to say Ghana for. Yema Ghana need kind more. A chain. Akwamu. Enzema. Aigbe. Crying. Dagati.
Kwame, regional minister about show no so. And Obama also anchors.
Sure.
What's it when for first time?
Okay, so truth be told, me te anchors a year by year. Mean chantrao. Almost 20 years ago.
All right.
But man, say anchors. Me say Takoradi Christmas time.
Yeah.
Omoye Masquerade.
Okay.
Omoye Masquerade. Carnival and I know I'm on a rival radio station, but Wilson Arthur.
Willie.
Yeah. Sky FM. Yeah. Those days. Willie Kakrani as okay, Masquerade. Also, Charlie, it be my from
yeah.
Into those say Willie so a marketing oriented person.
Marketing. Yeah.
Into no prepare advert, no prepare
sponsorships and those things. Yeah.
It wasn't a big deal. But Willie himself told us so ono krano obetoe. Na ye old a year.
No more yeah.
Wo into all the age because all radio station to opese or the promote keke.
Yeah.
You know. So really that was around the time I'm tell about Masquerade. No? Fast forward. Former president of Ghana Bar Association, lawyer Tony Forson.
Okay.
I was I'm messing up idea. This is about before he became GBA president. So yeah, man say about 10, 12 years ago. I want to say your kids in the west side.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, hey babe, what's your west side? So lawyer Tony Forson then a few of my friends Eneja, therefore you kuyara. Confo you kuyara. Unia Brunya the higher do.
Yeah.
So about let me say, was it last year and the last 2 or 3 years? And I'm who regional minister or shene costume. And I'm saying, is it that big? If me share pictures, me say, hey.
Yeah.
And we try drone shots.
Yeah.
Nipa.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So then Wilson at the end of
I started
So every day Wilson they talk.
Yeah.
Then lawyer Tony Forson also. I'm saying, and Yoko. I'm saying, hey. Now the original minister now won't be. Or share Masquerade at idea chess Udiasa. So one day I me bought brass band music or radio show. And I'm a say Tadi from Obama. The messages I got from Takoradi, you have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Wow.
And I'm sure this thing is really big.
Yeah.
It's minister by a whole last week. And you raise this issue. Kasa. Obi skills.
My whole video.
I video. I say and on also see on they say I call kiti crowd in fie na. Almost start here. Yeah, so it is part into obi church no mami the various groups din. Also group we were. I didn't know that. So ministers should be many.
Okay.
Obobo groups ni be din.
Yeah.
Say group we were or group ni work already be 20 years. Group we I'm say what?
Yeah.
And also be permanent dey ni be man.
Okay.
Me buy all their mami.
And I mean who say omo presentation.
Bro nya me ba.
Na unim group ko.
E fa me ho. Debi ombo din me ba.
USA.
Debi o.
Me say oh na me wontim pese me.
Debi nya USA for.
Okay, Cosmos.
Cosmos so we ni pa boni for Kajala. Cosmos for. Yes, no pam no the brave no.
Yes.
And very colorful.
Yeah.
Bro,
but even that, no. And your matter no be December no. When you old one. They say on the new one be bro. Why you to say obe Cosmos.
Me dey answer me dance me mama ya wona me nua ne. Say you old one no, say new one. Ya pa matter dey bi ama me. But say Cosmos for the new one be ba so am pe. E bro nya me ba.
No, but on be bro new one. Cosmos for on be bro new.
Now what US wey dem say Cosmos for be new one.
No, say Antari no on be in December. They say NPA o. Obi a di NPA.
O sa.
Enti we no dey bro no ye last year there. Just say a symbol. Say what be doing. Enti say no, the new one on be no this year December no. Omo dey be bro.
I see.
And yes, a Cosmos for father than can make say bra USA.
Oh, now minister your Cosmos for.
Minister don't go baby.
But Cosmos for the brand.
Yes, Cosmos.
Oh, enemy Cosmos.
Why that too? Officially.
No, they are the brand first. I say. A common demon. Your mommy, you need dear.
I know.
On the minion. On the minion. Jackie, what you show? What be Jackie? What you show? What be Jackie? What you show? What be Jackie? What you show? Kaja Israel, Kaja Egypt, Kaja Ethiopia, Kaja Sudan, what you show? Kaja Kushima, you know, one email, one name, what you show? So Timbuktu, Rana Mali, Sumanguru, you know, what you show? What be Jackie? What you show?
Big beats in there, huh? Chairman General.
So Timbuktu, Ghana Mali, Sumanguru, you know what you show? Manchester key, you know, Sumanguru, you know, walk by jacket, what you show? Osetutu, you know, Kwami, you know, Yes, Antoine, you know what you show? Kaja Israel, Kaja Egypt, Kaja Ethiopia, Kaja Sudan, what you show? Abaka Bachumo, yeah, Fuka Lacha, Agajumo, yeah, I know young fame. Abaka Bachumo, yeah, Fuka Lacha, Agajumo, yeah, I know young fame. I'm a cabin and machu, I'm a cabin and watchu, I'm a cabin and watchu. I'm a guy, I'm a girl, when you watch you. I'm a girl, when you watch you. I'm a girl, when you watch you. We not a child, catch you more, bear, or girl, or bad.
Always say, when a captain smart relationship to say.
Any problem? Or no, any more problem, maybe, but any problem.
But what to say, Bia, what can't and sing Bia?
Oh, so also what to be?
And maybe so,
Matty, myself, what to be?
Miss my TV.
Me Asembia. Oh no, I'm not coming home.
Oh, sir.
But
I won't can't be fan home.
What is my what be that?
That be meant to be. But no dear moment matter.
Oh, I'm feeling free.
But why would you do that? Say one can ask no can ask.
Ask him, not me.
Walk by just wrong.
One more. You must not here. Ogbeje kai. If you chire enyamia dum bi keke.
Yeah.
Until sometimes you maybe bawa kwemu a mo ahwe ni din wakai if you chire na ba. Enyamia dum unhye da nye nipa special bia sa. Because nipa bebre ni free ase. Enye obia na nhira ene adom na na friend chairman general.
Yeah.
Nti nyoma bi wo ha na wabu ani aguso.
Chairman, na Kokroko Foundation. Kokroko Charities.
Kokroko Charities, yeah.
How is it doing?
Now not very good.
Incubators. So far, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying
50.
50?
Yeah.
Wow.
$500,000. Somebody could be at $10,000.
Wow.
I thought 50. I target 100.
I know unkoswa enye campaign
oh you go so
na ka so sika sentina
na sa unkanokre na so nipa be hu mo ba ye hu mo ba na giant to ato
na so wo na fo sika fo nkwan nti na we atobi we
say obi an yodi sika ye say fa ne say me na for 20 sika fo me na pay sika no so nyem na pay mo aha ana obi an ni sika ni opese wo de intenya wo na esan so ni munti office kanema David obi a won yodi ni sika ye nti ade srede ne de kom anim yesre omo ne a hese nyankopon beka o makoma na o maboa because sebi $10,000 in sika kitwa
yeah
nti so bi di mawa o peso he
did that nyana mustasi na $10,000
yeah that has been the good thing no kwani nyame ni say your supplies aboa pa it's always been $10,000.
Wow.
If you are saying that $10,000, yeah, 40,000 CDs.
Wow.
And then $10,000 and 150.
Wow.
And you better, sir.
And that's him.
David, you better. Ain't he? Obi wa pesa oboa.
Yeah.
Ebi on between $100. O man here assume you dan answer. Obi wa $50. Obi wa 10 CDs. Obi wa 100 CDs. I ready to car by my office. Abrewa. Person me boni din. Sebi ni nante kura din. Ti me na me see from 200 CDs. Aso ni obi timi ni. Now, if free na kumem. That's the most important. I know no to be timi. Abro what say be all pension. Abro what any baby. Aso ni awo ye na so many. Ntije. Nipa bebre aboain. Enti we've done 50 incubators. You heard him say baby account. So say me say until the new regions by near cover every region of Ghana. Kuma Ashanti, Western, Eastern, Volta, Greater Accra, Bono, Northern, Upper East, Upper West. Baby, baby.
Wow.
Central. Into we've done 50. You go so?
Wow.
Nyabete.
Wow.
Next year, Nyami Haduma, Ebehe. Many yankophobia my promise, but in person me body na eja. Organizations be a promise. Emodu kakra.
Emodu. Okay.
Yeah, bompa say omobe omoya next year Nyami Haduma. Yebesa sha sebium. Na ebia by the end of next year nya 15 bia ka ho a. Amen no. Na yapon. Na yakwa next project. Cape Coast. That's my next project, God willing.
Yeah.
Ain't you go?
Me who say when we better picture Fafa. First class. On your first class.
Aye.
University
Academic City.
Oh, Master in Kwami. 5. Okay. Penny no bar.
I've been very, very busy.
More 5.
More. A man here.
I'll buy a back up a member. I can
oh, shame. Maybe my 4. And my 4. Bema Bako.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my me a spiritual.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And my
car at time I worry and you see. Now a beautiful girl was more Ghana and no me age more empty and all until I was select a wife for
Master man selection me compare you my coin and me hoon na a fire. My uncle said me compare by me.
But my audio says that time now empty and more empty and you'll be a home.
Send a baffle fro. And no more for young guests in your question.
It's yours.
No more for young guests.
How many years in now? Or how many years?
Almost 20.
20? Wow.
At the end of this year, God willing, to be 20 years.
Wow, congratulations.
20
years and nothing.
And
Ebi me worry 1 year no me divorce. But at least wait me at no baba come for 20 years.
Ebi oba no need me atran me ho. Because my son me my son dey kakra.
Oh, oji tumza.
Oh yes.
Into so we are stubborn.
Oh, my son dey.
Oh, because we was so dey dey say we are stubborn.
And here bro for me ketwi.
No, was so in what sense?
Me jan ho sa. So we no
jan ho ko eden. Edwuma ntia na.
Debi me say my son dey kakra. Me jan sa me man kan bro for. Into abakwa kwatro no bro for e your interpretation. Enyam me na me kan. Because untimi nkotu. Quotation we try to say. Inti me na me born abaso. Me last born aka no edit 10.
Wow.
Inti MSS say them upon. And me pension baby I could eat 10 there. Officially no me free road.
But Kwame, apart from Kokroko, what do you do apart from Kokroko, outside a board member of Petroleum Authority, and what do you do? You say what a private agency be
KS Consult.
KS Consult. That is your company.
Yes.
What do you do?
Media, events, publicity, advertising.
And then now what the manages our government events here, I see I be about tables to the PA.
Yeah, I'm okay, Mr. Government events, ba. So, I mean, yeah, I can't come with them all. Because
when your government events, be
government and our agencies. Hey, you guys are buying only here. Me na we do mommy. Minya yanka media phone nyina ho. And a media phone bi no. MBA bi nyoma ketinketin bi sa.
Yeah.
Na use will influence within adwuma waye. Na fa pe adwuma.
Yeah.
Mane nkoye se enipa ba ku bi ede a wo ye. Nka nipa ni bi miensa anan enum ye nyina ye bibi sa. Eboa because se me ye ebi a Western region dey no be Central region dey no be aga. Eboa enti me mienu se obi bi sam se da be na obi o company no. Ana onye ndru ho ye.
Oh.
Me man the date no. Ne for him and sir, or see really? Into Pabisam Naminchro.
Yeah, ben.
4th April, was it 4th March 2011?
2011. Wow.
Unjimin dia ko Registrar General ko.
2011. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Kra sana His Excellency
It's been 11 years. And I can give you Jumaya through.
But government institutions in Kahon.
I can't. Nan can't say. I can't. Private institutions can, banks, insurance companies, government agencies. How many of them come?
There's a one Usika Nankasa do don fiba.
I am Misika. I Juma me.
It's what 910 or a Spinters Road.
From their mouth to God's ears, a Danyamia say. More 910 I'm there.
And I still go water.
There be no credit.
And no soon credit.
Debbie. Baby, I met that.
Into what dying saying, Kwame?
Oh, baby, I met
you are a
that.
successful media personality.
Baby, I met that. Nyamedi. Come at trim. Nyamia dom. Nuobi. And no one here. Food, clothes, shelter. I have. Send me my point you my menya baby ada. Oh, nyamia dom obi.
Oh, okay.
Send me tracker me obi. Say atade amehye me obi. Say ni medi me obi. And one say 1, say 100, say 10, say 5. No baby ameda. Me onya medi. Mo atade amehye. Mo ka mo ametra. Be danyamiase.
Na questions na one. Questions na one sana. I say un kai on number of houses awo.
Hey, na dey. Say me boss despite crack kai down when I mean ono ane dan buburuja kra oni ne partner yi oforisa po omo kai adan omo na me dey afia we na me.
Yes, Peace FM they don't pay you but or shares or morning show no.
Nya no kra. I'm an employee.
They pay you salaries.
Of course.
Peace FM.
Nanga. Na da human media.
Enti ne omo ka say wo shares morning show no so na advert be about so bia wo shares mu no. Enya sanity.
We adwuma ma ansan adwuma di asa obi abeka won asem ni bi oni pa ko kasa an ka chen so fa nyina so mmerɛ eduru opobon so opepin ko na chi
media house be attract on be put you there.
Oh, and they said normal last year cry was it last year
No. Last year
Empire.
This year January oh there be say enya fair say beboni din but America say despite the poetry minti e be America say January no some poetry bio
but I think but me miss away a political question.
Feel free.
From where you sit, what is the greatest achievement of the NPP from where you sit?
It doesn't lie in my mouth to tell the greatest achievement.
At least from where you sit.
No.
When you say we now face a NPP for year when you saw in their government.
Very, 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 very unfair. It doesn't lie in my mouth.